You ever wonder what it was like before the invention of the umbrella? No? Well, here's the answer. It's a prehistoric cartoon about a caveman named Dango who lives in a lush, primitive jungle. Thick trees rise up round him, and the foliage is dark green and wet. The ground beneath his feet is damp, and the air is heavy. There's a noticeable absence of birdsong or buzzing insects. It's just the dripping of water from the thick leaves overhead. And speaking of leaves, the sky is obscured by heavy, ominous dark gray clouds that seem to be pressing down on Dango's little patch of jungle. But he doesn't seem to notice. He's either walking along, perhaps carrying his club, or inspecting something trivial on the ground. The sky is darkening, and the wind is picking up, but Dango remains cheerfully oblivious as the first raindrop falls from the sky. He looks up with a puzzled expression. A few more drops fall, and he frowns. Now it's really coming down. He runs for cover, but the nearest tree has very few leaves and provides little protection. Soon, the water is cascading onto him like a surprise shower. He gasps, shouts in surprise and cold. Then the tree gives way, and the whole mass of leaves falls down with a sickening squelch. Defeated, Dango sinks to his knees in the mud. He looks up at the uncaring sky and lets out a miserable yell. Then he notices a giant leaf on the ground nearby. He looks up at the sky, then down at the leaf, then back up at the sky with a sudden gleam in his eye. He rips the leaf off the plant and holds it over his head like a makeshift umbrella. It immediately bends under the weight of the water, but Dango is too busy admiring himself to notice. He struts round importantly, but the leaf rips and tears, sending water funneling directly onto his face. He is now thoroughly soaked, completely defeated, and his umbrella is in shreds. With a final resigned sigh, he drops the useless leaf and begins to run. Through the pouring rain, his eyes catch sight of the dark, stable opening of the rock cave nearby. He bolts towards it, slipping slightly on the wet ground. Then he's just inside the entrance. Instinctively, he shields his head, then stops, panting. Slowly, he realizes he isn't getting any wetter. Cautiously, he extends his hand out into the pouring rain, then pulls it back, dry. He looks up at the solid, dry cave ceiling above him. Then he does it again, this time with both hands. A huge, goofy grin spreads across his face. He throws his tattered leaf umbrella aside with glee and flops down onto the dry cave floor. He lies there for a moment, then begins to kick his arms and legs wildly in the air in hysterical celebration, laughing triumphantly. He has discovered the single greatest invention, a roof. In the final shot, we see Dana at the cave entrance. Perhaps she was running to warn Dango about the storm. But seeing him slip and fall, decides it's not worth it. She settles down comfortably on the dry ground, ignoring the rain outside. Dango continues his manic celebration. The last thing we see is the solid, unwavering ceiling of the cave, implying the safety and security that Dango has finally found.